Okay, family. This is the third or fourth time I've done this video. Let's hope this one is a success. I started out the last video. It's a beautiful song. And I had to delete it because there's someone in here that is, they're not operating on this by themselves. It's a demon in them. And a lot of the times when people come to you and you think that it's them, it's the person that is distracting you and bringing some form of discord to you, but in actuality, it's not them. It's a spirit attachment that came in to throw a monkey wrench in your show. So anyway, I said all of that, and I'm gonna sing my song all over again. Certainly, certainly, certainly not me. Certainly, certainly, certainly not me. The world is mine when I wake up. I don't need nobody telling me the time. Certainly. Anyway, I had started the video off like that and was getting down, talking about some good information, and then, this particular being brought this particular demon spirit in because that demon had to come in and interfere, trying to give you an idea of how things work in life. You're going to have adversaries, and some of these adversaries will come from the very people that you love because that's the only way they can get in. You're not people like me. I don't have any friends. I have a few friends, but friends are people that are true. You can discuss anything with them and they will listen to you. They don't judge you and they accept you for who you are. Okay. So I'm not talking about a whole bunch of people out there that you can associate with. I'm talking about friends, honey. I'm talking about some true friends. So, I can't go out there and just, do whatever I want to do out there. So the demon got to get in another way. So the demon said, well, she don't talk to many people. So we got to find another way to get in. So what they do, they get in through people coming in and out your house. Clever. They are clever. But, demons, stay away from this video. Why don't you? Anyway, goodness gracious. I'm sorry. Just mother having a moment. Ain't got nothing to do with y'all family. Just got to do with just these adversaries walking around all up and through him. Okay. That gets me because I was right in the heart of some information that I had wanted to convey with my family. Now I got to go back and think about what the last video was about. I started it off talking about the strong possession that I was under. I was under a tremendous possession, and there was this being that was very overpowering over me. And all of my people that I work with monthly, you all even saw the changes. Most of y'all know that mama, can go from one being to the next. You can see it in my handwriting and even in my typing. Yeah, bless your heart. You know who I'm talking about. You saw it. I had to make a doll for you. You saw it. But mama's still here while it's going on. I'm always still in my vessel. So I'm just like looking over it. I can see what's going on, but this being was very strong upon me. I knew this was something different. I discussed it on some prior videos that I was hearing this noise bending my pipes, this force that was getting in. And later I discovered that when you hear those powerful noises, like one young lady said her garage door was rattling or whatever, those are not human beings. Those were not human beings at one time, like most ghosts or whatever that possess vessels of mediums and witches and stuff. This particular entity, this force, was one of the non-living on this planet. when I was possessed, so that started in November, and that sound, and then I noticed that when I woke up in November, I had a puncture wound on my inner part of my knee, the left side, in November. And I was telling y'all that I was seeing a lot of dark forces at that particular time coming in and out. Some shaped globule, some sphere, and different shapes and sizes and stuff. And it so the puncture wound healed, and it healed to a point where when I look at it, I can't even tell anything was there. But when I've had the fresh puncture wound there in November, it actually looked like a V. But when it healed like a half circle. But they didn't quite make a circle. I know it was something that happened on the astral plane. It's very dangerous out there, y'all. And there's another video I'm going to upload where I go into detail more about that particular situation. Because I know it was a chip, you know. And it's so much to talk about. I ramble and everything, and then it may seem like I get off course, but it's not really I'm getting off course. It's just the fact it takes a lot to describe this. And I may, in the spirit, not want to talk about it at that moment, but I'm going to come back to it. Just like I tell everybody, you know, if you call mama and you don't get her, mama going to call you back. I'm going to get you. I'm going to hit you back. But anyway, on this astral plane is where I got this gouge in my knee, or they came here. These lab type looking people came and did that, and they put a chip or a device in my knee. Now, a lot of people, I'm gonna lose a lot of y'all because y'all don't quite believe in this type of stuff, but mama does believe in it. Okay, mama gonna share a lot of things with y'all before it's all over with. When they put that little device in my knee, of course, I was very, very frightened. I said, did something bite me or something like that? But it finally healed. About 3 good weeks ago, that thing got the buzz. And I started feeling a crawling sensation from that area. And it crawled up, and as it began to crawl up my leg, there was this voice say, 1 day. Next time it'll say 2 days, day 3, day 4. It was like a microphone that they had here, and I could hear it as it was speaking to me. This is day 5, day 6. By the time day 7 came, the buzzing was all over my body, the crawling sensation. Not only that, but I was disoriented. I found myself, and I still got some forms of it now. And some of the people that I work with, you know, I don't like to call people clients because I say they're for my family. They started noticing that there was a huge personality change, a difference in how I was typing. And I had one young man that was concerned because I was creating his doll, a few other dolls. I had a lot of work, y'all. And sometimes that even affects it too. But they were thinking that they were dealing with a whole nother person, a whole nother entity. And they were. Because sometimes it takes some serious possessions to do some of this work. And so there's no telling who will be working with you at that particular point. But I did get the dolls off and stuff. But that possession was too strong. I was so disoriented. By the time it was over, I found myself in like a trance stare. And I talked about it on the previous videos, but it was very difficult, you know, and it was like money missing, my money missing, you know, I was spending money and it was spending money. The spirit that was possessing me was doing a whole lot of things. And I found myself, you know, talking to so many people and not quite remembering that I've talked to them. They be like, mama, you know, just like you said, you know, it came to pass. It was, and I'm like, well, you talked to me? Are you sure? It was just that bad. So mama had a time lapse. I have had a time lapse from November until now, April 2013, because of the serious possessions. Now, I don't know how other mediums work, but I'm just talking about my situation. I can say at that moment, because I'm here to allow you all to see my life as to who I am. I can say this right here. I lost control. There was a moment of losing some sort of control. Now, what does losing control mean? Not losing touch with reality and becoming a menace to society and doing dangerous things, but just allowing this spirit to overpower me to do all of my work from November up until now, and saying I'm back, and had this huge time lapse, and still having, people calling me saying, Mama, you remember this? Mama, you remember that? And I have to seriously say, not quite. Mama don't remember that. Going back to files to go back and look at everything and see exactly what's going on. So I say all of this to say this right here. Protect yourself from some of these very strong, overpowering beings. And how do you protect yourself? I found that wrapping my head when I go out, Mama showed y'all a head wrap video. Now, a lot of the times we think, oh, people wrapping their hair because it's a beautiful adornment. And when they put those beautiful little charms here in the head wrap, you say, oh, how cute. And you thinking, oh, it's just so cute how they do that. But in actuality, it's protection, guys. If you're going to be doing this witchcraft, you must make sure that protection is set up first and foremost, or you can lose yourself. I remember one of my people on Facebook said, catch yourself before you lose yourself. I don't mind talking to y'all about what I go through, because I don't care who you talk to, nobody is perfect. Nobody is free from attack, because our bodies, our vessels are very fragile. No one can sit here and tell you that when they practice this, or who they are as being witches, shamans, that they are just so perfect and they don't have this trouble. Because if you saying that, then hey, look, watch out. Look behind your back. It may get you the next time. So, you need to be wrapping your hair when you're going out in public. Your crown is vulnerable, especially when it rains. Something got in my head that I had to wash out. It had me so bad because I let rainwater touch my crown. It's very important you don't let rainwater touch your crown, because it has all kind of chemicals. They put chemicals in there to make us forgetful, to make you sleepy, to make you groggy, to keep your mind off of concentrating on exactly what is going on. They found more pharmaceutical drugs in bodies of water that we drink than no telling how long. It's just been going on. Protect yourself. Do not let the elements get in your scalp. That's dangerous. Keep your head wrapped out in public. Ground yourself when you're around crowds. I'm telling most empaths that, because I'm an empath, and I'm very sensitive to the energies of other people, their touch, their speech, everything, and I have to protect my aura. But that was a serious possession, and finally, like I said, once that sphere had passed through me, it took like a couple of months. It was in fragments. It was broken down, and I know it's something that was within me that actually broke that down and got that out of me. And when you're doing work, because Mom believe in serious witchcraft, black magic, I really believe in it. I'm not gonna stop, believing that it's real, and I do practice black magic, and I will do dirty magic when necessary. When is it necessary? When somebody sends it to me, you best better believe I'm going to return it. Okay. So yeah, my hands do get dirty. You want to make sure that not only you got your head wrapped, you're anointed with oil. I slipped up because at that particular time, I realized that I did not have my amulets on. Black is a very powerful color to repel all dark, dense energies, to get rid of it. And so you want to, when you're doing some of your works and some of your ceremonies and rituals, you want to make sure that you have your black robe on, your head. I wrap my head up mostly in black when I want to be protected, especially when I know I'm going out there. Here, I got all kind of rings. Rings. A lot of people think rings are just to be cute, but no, these are protection. This is an onyx here. Okay, this is what this is. This repels negative energy. It gobbles it up. Okay. Um, I know other crystals that I can talk to you all about, but right at this particular point, I just don't think I got much time to do it. And once this clock gets ticking, and I'm looking at them seconds and them minutes and stuff, I just get thrown off anyway. You want to protect your chest with, a black, any kind of crystal or stone that is black will absorb and take the hit from any negative thought forms, because when you're in this business, you better know that you're going to have somebody out there that does not like you. Okay? It's not the person. Know that it is the spirit that's within them, the adversary of that spirit. We're going to call them demons, because anything that goes against you, you're going to call it a demon. You're going to call it Satan. And it uses those people to get next to you. I had quite a few plants that I noticed that were dying. They were taking most of the hit from those negative thought forms. So, most people who are healing are going to be subject to these kind of attacks. Most attacks, and it just could be some innocent people that, just sitting down thinking something negative about you. They're not really expecting for you to take a hit. They're not really throwing weapons at you or sending out missiles at you. It's just the negative thoughts they may have at that moment for you. Most negative thought forms will come from because most negative thought forms that you got coming from people, you don't even know the people who do them. You don't know. You don't even know them personally. Most of it come from greed. They're greed for what you have, that negativity, the jealousy that they have for you will create negative thought forms, because in actuality you haven't done anything to them, because you don't even know them. Half the people that are wishing bad on you, you don't have a clue who they are. They just see the things you have. They want them for themselves. They don't want you to have them. Or they see some type of talent that you have. They want that talent for themselves, and they'll throw negative thought forms to you. You must be protected. And these are some of the things that you want to take into consideration. I want to go further into how to heal your aura, because most of the times when you are hit with this negativity, it's because somewhere your aura has a hole in it, or there's some damage to your aura, because they got to get in through that first before they even can get in your body. And not all of these negative thought forms are coming from people. Some of them are coming from the underworld, where you have a whole lot of, I hate to say that about the place, whole lot of trash from the underworld. You got demons that hide in the underworld and send these shadows and these black forms of energy at you. So you can have some very powerful, what I call them non-living beings, because they never have assumed any type of human type experience. Okay. And they can also attack you. I'm going to go into it further, why they attack you. Okay. And I'm going to tell you what else you can do to protect yourself from these attacks. You must protect yourself. If not, you can come down with some serious illnesses that can actually end your physical life. Okay. Be back in a second.